going on? Been a pretty bizarre last few days, bro. So new Fallout episode. Not sure what that is. So is this a TV show or? Yeah. Yeah, I've not seen this. Fallout. Oh, word. So they did a show based on. Huh. That's dope as fuck. I actually probably gotta check that out. I found these last few days I've been spending a lot of time getting Christmas gifts. Blessings from Canada, brother. Linlithgow, Scotland. That's awesome. Yeah, that's so rad. It's great to have you here, friend. Yeah, it is Yamaha APX. That it is. Yeah, it's a Yamaha APX rocking a tone mode amp, so it's like a preamp that stretches out the natural resonance. I've actually recently been looking at a lot of Ibanez's. Been trying out a couple, and yeah, I'm very dead set on basically getting myself an Ibanez for Christmas. Yeah, I found these Yamaha APXs play very beautifully. Yeah, every friend that I've let try, it's definitely. That's dope. was actually so rad, I feel. Getting the Yamaha, I remember I got this one probably like 9, 10 years ago. And I swear having like this particular type of acoustic guitar, it genuinely changed my entire relationship with music. You know, really invited me to explore like fingerstyle, kind of progressive rock, and just get very experimental. I also found it's kind of like, personally, I find this style of guitar playing is it's very rooted in the soul, like it's like a soul connection. Rooting yourself in the somatic body. Facts. And my favorite band. Honestly, like I've usually over of all time, I always say it's 3 Days Grace. Like 3 Days Grace and Breaking Benjamin are just like the pinnacle of a really dope band. But personally, I find I'm also really stoked on. I really like Puscifer's sounds. You know, Tool, their side band. But yeah, 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, and really appreciate Avenged Sevenfold. Always as a kid, they've been like top tier. But also, I really like Polyphia. Like that's actually been a band that's inspired me like crazy. But I also like Queens of the Stone Age, I'd say. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, definitely. 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Queen of the Stone Age, they're really just dope. It changes a lot, I would say, based on my sort of energy or my emotional context, but 3 Days Grace is almost always up there. I also really appreciate, what's it called? 30 Seconds to Mars. That was one of my first inspirations. Jared Leto. It's funny, I mean, Jared Leto's kind of a controversial as fuck kind of guy, but honestly, I respect the dude so much. Like as a creator, as an actor, as an activist, as a musician, Jared Leto's awesome. Oh yeah, brother. That's one. Yeah, Animal Eye becomes a phenomenal song. That's actually one of the songs I'm breaking down right now that I'm going to be teaching in one of my short format videos. I've actually had this realization. I'm going to get myself, I'm going to get a really good DSLR for Christmas. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to experiment with the style of video where I'm basically just doing vlogs, like, you know, video, virtual logs, but I'm going to basically really emphasize talking about music. You know, I'll say like, showcase what I do in the morning, sort of my, maybe going for a run, going cold plunge in the river, you know, speaking about like philosophies and stuff, but really orienting how it plays in music. So that's kind of a project that I've been working on. Is yeah, those dimensions of like creating vlogs that are gonna be very interactive, very showcasing like my practice style, kind of what inspires me before I'm streaming, and also just so that's what I feel too. YouTube is really much, it's about this long form on YouTube. Just taking people on these kind of episodic narratives. My intention is forever, whomever is here, to be present with the stage of the journey they're at, creatively and in their lives. To be at peace with the exact unique cycle. funny, but my crush had a crush on the high school when we were in grade 6. No, no, that's okay, man. I think that's just innocent infatuation, you know? It's like when you're in like high school and stuff, it's kind of like you just become infatuated like wild. But I think the more you sort of mature and understand what dating is, or just kind of like who you sort of, you know, can be aligned with intimately. It's kind of like, personally, I find it's all about more like the emotional and energetic connection that usually is people that are in like your age bracket, or just in this similar phase of your own journey. I don't know, I mean, truthfully, I remember, man, in high school, I literally was like, yeah, I don't know, I remember it's good to be infatuated, it's good to like exercise that dimension of love and sort of like, you know, be open to learn social dynamics. But I think a lot of kids, at least as I remember in high school and in that weird sort of like middle school, high school realm, a lot of people really they don't really have themselves figured out. So it's like, to try to bring another person to that intimately is kind of chaotic, but I mean, it's nice to sort of feed that, I would say, that practice of offering love to another unconditionally. So yeah, it's good to be curious and just like feed love and infatuation, but I think trying to like, I don't know, trying to make sense of it too heavily at that age, you gotta kind of accept that most people probably don't have their dating life figured out or have any idea what they want or what their wants are, and that's kind of as far as you can probably go. I mean, I remember vividly at 15, that's when I started dating, and like, that was a really awesome time in my life, but also insanely chaotic. So I think being open to learn how to hold space and how to just appreciate other human beings, like how to essentially unconditionally love someone and learn what that looks like to you as a... But again, 2025, high school kids are different than when I was. I think we got a lot more, even deeper realms of sort of programming. So I think if kids and people are just showing up in the real world and, you know, being social and just being human beings to each other, that goes far. I think a lot of us were just so locked in this programming. And I can imagine as like the younger generation, it's even deeper, it's even more deeply woven. So anything that allows you just to be present and just be present with other human beings in the real world, that I feel is the path. And as full-grown adults as well. And I'll be honest, kind of a bit of unsolicited advice, but that's where we have to, I think personally, and I know I see this realm in myself, stripping away things like social media, things like dating apps. These are, I'd say, the crux of it. You know, just trying to allow yourself to just step outside of those realms, realize what those are and what they're sort of the role they play, and then just live in the real world as much as humanly possible. It's kind of funny giving this perspective while on this on this little dopaminergic portal. I think if anything, what I've lately been desiring to promote via stream is just to try to be present, take moments to just introduce presence. Be it if it's when you're playing guitar, be it if it's when you are creating, be it if it's when you're listening in deeply to the sensations around you. I think too, understanding that musically, it's the same sort of thing. I think improv as a particular, welcome. I actually talk about this a lot in some of the older content that I make. It's almost like the realm of improvisation, right? Ghostbusters. I don't know Ghostbusters, bro. How does Ghostbusters go? You'll see if it quickly. That's hilarious. I'll return to that in a second, but yeah, I think I'm subscribed or not, it's up to you, brother, but it's I don't think I can get it on the fly, to be honest. I'm not as focused as I am right now, or as I usually am. I'm sorry, but I'll learn in the future. I'm gonna learn that song in the future. I have a list of songs, but yeah, anyways, what I was speaking to is, I think in improvisation, it's important to recognize that it's almost like in improvisation, it is an extension of our psychological and our energetic belief system. And it's almost like the very act of improvising. It requires, a dimension of presence, sort of like a meditative presence, but it's in the simplest way, it's the same for, say, if you're dancing, right? You're doing a style like tutting or something like that here. It's almost like you have to give yourself permission to recognize the infinite multidimensional nature of all things. It's like if I'm playing a riff, there's part of me that's reinforcing the idea that everything is infinite, everything is not. And it's historically, like for myself, or for anyone maybe that's new to guitar, and you're trying to explore improvisation, you basically have to actually latch onto that, and also recognize that when you're improvising, be it, again, we're talking about dance, or playing guitar, or singing, you're basically reinforcing the belief that everything is novel, everything is infinite, everything will endlessly basically play into the infinite nature of all things. And this is not just about playing guitar, it's about life. Like you literally, when you instill the belief that everything is infinite, you recognize this in everything you do. You recognize this in whether you want to write a song or do a painting or, succeed in a career or build a business. If you understand, like you really understand and tune into the infinite nature of everything, like you're like, everything's infinite, it's unwritten, and I'm the creator. I get to make the decision and choose to see the infinite nature of all things, then so it is. Food for thought. It's something I definitely love to think about a lot and talk about. This improvisation, and really just how beautiful and transformative the practice of improvising in everything we do. You know, I've spoken to this actually a lot on streams, but personally, I really strongly believe in the dimensions of improv. You know, be it if I'm speaking with you right now, this is improv. You know, I'm improvising everything I'm doing. I'm improvising music, I'm improvising the words and the thoughts I'm saying. We could do this for acting. You know, if you're into acting, I'm into acting, where you genuinely just improvise an entire character. You improvise, you know, all the cinematography and the atmosphere, and you can improvise as we are dancing. Improvise all these things. And I think this state, the state of engaging in improvisation, this changes your perspective, it changes your mind, it changes your psychology, but also it changes, I think, the entire way of how you can live, you know, how you just emulate your choices. Is you're like, I am in a continuous state of adaptation, of flow, you know, of flowing and creating and utilizing everything in a free-form way. And you'll see this a lot with acting. Like if you ever go deep in acting, acting is probably one of the most fluid, multi-dimensional things, because you get to utilize words, tonality, the very character and personification of who you are, or the personality, that is, the identity of who you are. You get to actually play around and stretch those boundaries and put it in perspective. It's very healthy, in my experience. Because, you know, in the essence, too, it's sort of you see with comedic acting or comedy. I love comedy and comedic acting a lot, where people are stretching those boundaries and being more fluid with who they are. You know, they're allowing themselves to simply just not take themselves so seriously. I love the military. Interesting. So do you know how to step up my game so I can date my crush here? Love the military. My whole life, she is country. She is country. I mean, honestly, bro, the best advice I could ever give is just be passionate and be competent in what you do. So if you're gonna do anything, which military, I think is a great idea. Honestly, I've obviously never been a part of the military. I'm a musician, but I'm an athlete where I think what women unconsciously respond to is discipline. Really, it's like if you really look at the heart of what women will find exceedingly attractive, it is discipline. And the military will 1000% offer you, if you have that intention and you really embrace it, it will translate to discipline. Because when you really think about it, you know, what I think historically women are attracted to, beyond just like all the little nuances of, obviously, people are attracted to authenticity. You know, they want people that speak their truth, that are honest with themselves, with their desires, with the reality around them. You know, people that are really honest in what they desire to achieve in life. But I think the heart of what a lot of the opposite sex often seems to respond to is discipline. And what I mean by this is like, it's like, you know, it takes discipline to follow through on something. You know, be it if you're training, like you're like, you know, I'm gonna be strong and train your body and your mind. That takes discipline. Women respond to that very strongly. Be it if you're learning to play a guitar, an instrument, that takes an immense amount of discipline. Be it if it's you are disciplining yourself in relation to how you are engaging in sexual energy. This is all layers of discipline that 1000% is very powerful and very attractive. again, I think the caveat to understand is like I'm 31 right now. Like that's my age bracket. I kind of probably look young as shit, but it's like I was, in that age bracket like 15 years ago, right? When I was a teenager, I recall vividly that a lot of people don't really know who they are. So if there's anything I could say that would be probably strong advice for you is literally just to spend time on figuring out who you are, who you want to be, what you really want to invest in, how you can really cultivate these traits and these disciplines to be the best version of yourself. That's what you should probably be focusing on at your age. Do that even just by envisioning it, even if we're just having this conversation and you're holding space for this dialogue, you're unconsciously doing that. It's like this is what I feel like part of what I love about streaming and why I try to do this as much as I can is I just want to plant those seeds of perspective for the younger generation or even my generation, for people that just basically want to see what it means to be a musician or whatever sort of elements that they're taking away from what I do. So I'd say for one, focusing on just how to cultivate the traits and disciplines that will allow you to be yourself unapologetically. That's going to go very far because a lot of people, unfortunately, at your age bracket or younger or older, they don't necessarily know who they are. And I think they suffer greatly because of that. They become very susceptible to being who they are not. And then that, no one wants that. So whatever that is, like straight up, like if it's like you desire to go into the military, if you desire to, I don't know, pick up an electric guitar or whatever, just like sing your heart out, any trait that you're just like, man, yeah, bro. I think, something that I recognize myself do a lot, that I really think about a lot is at a young age, I personally found it's extremely important to be really ambitious. Like plant those seeds of ambition where if you're going to do something, if you're going to join the military, if you're going to be a musician or if you're going to be an athlete or a dancer or whatever you desire to do, let yourself really dream big, like envision the most ambitious realm of this. And so, it's just like looking at myself, if I were to look at myself 20 years ago when I kind of was piecing together who I wanted to be, I'm extremely happy with what I've allowed to manifest. And I think the simplest piece of it is just being ambitious. Like if you're going to be a soldier, if you're going to be, again, a musician or whatever, an athlete, be the best. Like really devote yourself to realize that you have the ability and the potential to really just be the absolute best version of yourself and recognize you deserve that. And you're going to get there. It's not there's so much to life. Like life is so nuanced and complex, but I think you'll go very far if you begin to know yourself, especially at, your age, like a younger generation. I think we're in a world where a lot of people don't know themselves. And as a dude that has been fortunate to figure out who I feel I am, I think it really helps you understand the world and where your place is in this world once you know yourself. accomplished. So if I accomplished who I want to be, I'll have a better chance of dating her. Again, bro, I don't know, I personally, if you're, I'm not sure, I think you expressed you're like in grade 6 or you're in like middle school, high school. At this age, I really think it's almost like a paradox to try to focus on dating per se. What you want to maybe focus on is basically just learning to appreciate and learn what it means to date. Like basically learn to appreciate another human being without trying to like say date her per se. Like trying to, just learn what it means to be intimate with her. But I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I didn't date till I was about 15, and when I did, that's kind of where my stance was held. Is I learned very quickly that I would date, multiple women. I loved girls at that age, and I was like really enamored with these women. But I noticed that I didn't know shit. Like I didn't really know how to hold space for these types of relationships, and that was okay because that's what taught me how to set the tone for how I'd learn. But yeah, I don't know. It's again. Thank you so much, CJ. Appreciate that. But I'm curious, Kaja, what do you find what is your intention? Like, what is your deepest rooted intention and why you desire to say you want to join the military? Because I think inherently, it's a sort of strange paradox when you think, if you're going to do something for the sake of trying to, win the approval or the attention of somebody, you're probably going to realize very quickly that's a paradox that eventually changes. Ultimately, all that really matters is doing something for the pure joy that it brings you and the love of the experience. So if you do anything, at this age, or you make decisions, if it's out of pure joy and pure love for the experience, like the purest, like I play guitar because I love this shit. It's been this way since I was like 9 years old. Whatever it is. I also love doing handstand push-ups. I love training martial forms and all these different disciplines. I love that shit. That brings me joy. And when you feel and attract that joy, you'll attract more. Hey, word. Welcome back, brother. Yeah, in truth, bro, it's like, I'd say at this age, do what brings you joy, feel and follow that joy, that will attract. If a woman's meant to be in your life, if there's people that are around you in your social sphere that are meant to be in your life, do as much that is eliciting joy and emanating joy, and that will attract inevitably who's meant to be in your life. And I think, again, like part of my initial thoughts about this is like, the core thing, I think in 2025, I think you're in my younger generation, in my generation, older generations, bro, it's important to just live the human experience. Live in the real world as much as humanly possible. Like it's advice I give to myself. I think this is a powerful thing to understand, but this is the ultimatum, is you need to live in the real world. So if you're gonna attract a person, you're gonna wanna spend time with her, you're gonna spend time with friends, if you wanna understand dating, this and that, experience the real world. Separate these domains of what is outside of the real world. This is not the real world, right? I mean, this is pretty cool, this is pretty close, and I'm an honor to be a part of this interaction right here, like this YouTube portal, but Facebook, YouTube, dating apps, all this crap, this is not the real world. Let yourself basically let yourself feel and experience the real world. That's like Dad military police. Interesting. Watching war movies with him. It's funny, I was literally just watching war movies yesterday. I mean, I'll focus on creating music, but I have a few thoughts about that because I love this interaction. But long story short, I personally find I've been extremely attracted to like war movies. I'm also an actor, so I love cinema. But I was watching like American Sniper yesterday. I was also watching like Attack on Titan, and I think there's something really beautiful about like war movies, the sort of almost like the warrior essence of it. But that's the thing I think is important to understand is beneath just like being in the military or honoring what your father does in the military. It's understanding what it means to you to honor the warrior essence, the warrior archetype of what it means to be a man, to be a warrior. Hey, I'm using a Tonewood amp primarily. So it's like a preamp. I'm using a preamp that's basically stretching out with like Predley and like decay and reverb. And then I'm using a slight bit of reverb on my Vox amp. But yeah, it's primarily, what you're probably hearing is the Tonewood amp. And then my regular amp is just stretching it out. But yeah, I would say, bro, like straight up just recognizing. Thank you. Honestly, it's funny. This has been an experiment over like a couple years to find the way to really capture this exact tone that you're listening to. It's like I've explored with so many different sounds and been like, these are all different, beautiful for different reasons, but this is probably the most meditative. And it's funny, the core thing, there's two things that I think really stretch this out. One is something called Predley. Predley is this mode, that's for some reason, I don't know what that is, but that's what this amp thing's called, that's Uralian, and it's also DI settings, so I think that's DI level. It's basically probably like equalizing and mastering. I almost see it as it's like creating the guitar, making the guitar sound like a gong. Especially on mushrooms, it's like super dope. Fury is fucking awesome. Fury is definitely one of my favorite movies, but yeah, Full Metal Jacket and Hacksaw Ridge. Definitely. I definitely find, as far as narratives go, Attack on Titan has definitely been one of the best. I mean, I definitely like the military movies like Fury and like American Sniper. They do a really beautiful job of capturing like the military and like all the different dimensions of the military, which is really awesome. Like I really appreciate that. But for some reason, Attack on Titan does like an exceptional job of like all the sort of psychology and narratives of warriors, of soldiers, especially in this ancient sort of place that Attack on Titan is in. Is in. Alongside, the psychology of being a Titan, like, characters like Reiner and Berthold. For some reason, for me, that just like blows my mind and inspires me every time. Just train hard and do cold plunges in rivers and just do crazy shit. of that, yeah. I personally try not to focus or think about too much about the way the world is like consumed by greed. You know, it's almost like the way that our economy and our sort of larger society is 1000%. We're being decimated and consumed by greed on such insane levels. Like you can think about the way AI is operating. Because you know, AI, the machines that or the data centers that require all these resources among various dimensions of like resource. It's like the world is in a very bizarre place economically. But I personally, I don't like to, I try not to think about those things. I just like to be present and grateful for the things that I have, monetarily, the resources that I have, but also I like to just put in perspective what my own ambitions relating to money, my own relationship with money is. Whether it's like if I want to grow a business or make money in certain dimensions of performance art, I like to basically just cultivate my own relationship with money that sort of just doesn't focus or try to fixate on the way that the dominator culture at large is how it's trying to define resources. Or because on the weirdest level, and the strangest thing is, money is not even real, right? The idea is that a lot of it a long time ago, like it's kind of a weird core truth, is like the physical commodity of money no longer exists, right? Where a lot of it is like people can, like larger governments in general, just larger societies, they can basically make up the value of money. They can just print money. They can just really do all these crazy things. So it's like, yeah, I try not to focus on. Interesting. Hey, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. I'm just vibing and improvising right now, but yeah, if you think about the money that people donate to the military, yeah, I don't know, I don't think about the money people or the military really, but I think, I'll be honest, I think people just get addicted to that kind of thinking about those kind of things. A lot of my inspiration is very much extracted from like ambient sort of soundscapes. and just sort of the domain of sound journeys, and experiencing sort of the raw resonance patterns within music. Phenomenal. I love to hear that. I don't yet, actually. I have a couple songs on SoundCloud, but I haven't really officially released a lot of stuff, but I've been sort of just like steadily, steadily composing a bunch of stuff. Appreciate that, your perspective or your interest. I feel that's definitely a direction I 1000% want to go much deeper in. I mean, on my YouTube, I have a few little things posted, but definitely there's a lot of original compositions that I just need to record and throw on Spotify. As of late, my intention really has been just basically just becoming a streamer. Like, I've only been streaming the last like month or so, but this process of, I really feel strongly about building my viewership and my fan base through just performing, through putting out, improvised performances, alongside putting out content that I think, teaches people stuff and puts out like meditative. Thank you, brother. Yeah, it's been such a beautiful, but very, I'd say, intense journey becoming a YouTuber these last few months, where it's like, I've been studying YouTube for a long time, but these last like 3 months, I've really like crystallized my vision on how I want to grow this channel. But the essence of it is I just want to just connect with people around the world, stream, perform, but also break down the elements of music like improv and certain songs that really resonate with my viewers, and then just do that to trigger the algorithm. Because eventually, my intention is I just want to do this whole YouTube thing full time. I'm literally just like, long format YouTube videos of me just doing more and more elaborate projects, and all just gravitating around the YouTube sort of entity. This is kind of the beginning. What is good? Welcome back, friend. These harmonics are really flowing through today. Yo, deeply appreciate that, brother. It's honestly, from the very beginning, this levels of sincere support I've been feeling has been powerful. Where I'm just like, man, this makes me really appreciate this dimension of this community, and to see where it goes from here, it's gonna be interesting. I definitely have a lot of very high visions with it. Yeah, it is 100% improvised. I mean, it's funny because like I teach people when I teach people improv, I often speak about reference points, but I know sometimes it's just I don't even know where it comes from. I mean, I rely on a very few, not even a few, but a lot of different reference points, but I have no idea where I'm gonna go with it, and that's kind of part of how I play. Like I could go, I could begin on this fret here, right? I'm on this second fret on the first string. I could do a million different things, but I could just but definitely I find a lot of it, I could definitely, sometimes I do this, but I have so many videos that I just need to sort through. But there's a lot of videos I've recorded through live streams or otherwise that I basically have compositions that I could literally just take. Oh, word. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. You're definitely inspiring me, my guy. You're inspiring me to kind of like, for one, try to hone in some of these compositions and put them on Spotify, even just create them off the fly. But it also, I think there's a lot to teach, to understand that I can break down, that I want to continue to break down. I mean, some of my best performing videos were literally just me randomly talking about improv. It's also, I use this thing, see here, this is a Tonewood amp. You may have seen it, a Tonewood amp. It's a preamp that attaches itself to the guitar, and guitarists like Alexander Misko and Mike Dawes, they actually do commercials for it, and a lot of guitarists actually do. But it's basically a preamp that naturally stretches out the resonance patterns. Like if I were to even just unplug my amp here, right? And then just play my guitar with zero reverb, right? Microphone's out. You can hear there's like a little tail. So it's like the natural resonance pattern is there. It's the same resonance that would be, quietly introduced, but it's stretched out. It's just heightened. And I've noticed that's how I formed my own guitar playing style, right? Is like I've basically felt into all the little subtle nuances that the Tonewood amp stretches out. So it's basically the same thing as like fingerstyle. Like, legatos and slap harmonics and tapping, stuff that maybe without it you could still hear it, but with the Tonewood amp, I can like really hear. And the same thing goes for like with like fingerstyle stuff. It's basically like I think the Tonewood amp does an excellent job of inspiring all the little nuances of fingerstyle, like ancient styles of playing, because it's literally just taking those little elements and stretching them out. hard to blend that in very naturally. Welcome back, brother. Yeah, those accidental key shifts sometimes. I definitely find I have to try very hard to screw up. Like very like clearly I can like subtly scale out of it, but appreciate that. It's definitely it sometimes baffles me. Sometimes it's like a mind fuck, but learning how to like effectively key shift in like various contexts is definitely like one of the most difficult but very like beautiful elements of music, right? And I would say I'm like okay at it, like I'm like intermediate at key shifting, but it's insane how what you can do once you learn how to like really, especially with harmonics, like especially with that was a mistake. I'm playing for total 16 years, but electric guitar. I started electric guitar basically when I was like about 10 or something, and then I like did that for about 5-6 years, and then took a break, and then gradually I started electric or acoustic guitar. Like I started this style of guitar, and I've been doing that one for about 10-11 years. So this particular style I've been like slowly developing over like 9-10 years, and then like yeah, I've been like playing electric a bit before that. But I truly found, like, I swear, it's really just like, thank you, brother. It's like I really feel that once you basically find your style, like once you find, like, the key elements that really resonate with you as a guitarist or as a musician, that I think accelerates the learning process extremely fast. Because I know I played electric guitar for like, like 6 years or so. When I was approaching like year 7 or 8, I started acoustic, and I noticed just learning, say, these harmonics. And when I started, obviously, I was terrible at harmonics. Like, I've honestly only been really good at harmonics probably the last like 2, maybe 3 years, especially this last 1 year, where I've like taken so much energy to like refine them. But the idea is that I noticed in these like period of like 4 or 5 years when I started the acoustic versus the electric, I became so much better of a musician just by raw contrast of like I was composing, I was improvising, I was just doing all this crazy stuff that I never really was ambitious to approach. And I was also maybe, I was like 17, 18 years old, so I was like a lot older and I was a little bit more ambitious. But I really found like connecting with the acoustic guitar on a soul level, it seems to genuinely be the key. Is like you connect with an instrument on a soul level where it's like you really recently what I've been that's recently what I realized I want to do is like I teach people, like I break down stuff on my YouTube but also on TikTok, and I've had people approach me with guitar lessons, which I think I'm going to do in the future. But what I really want to dedicate a lot of my channel to is I just want to break down dimensions of improv and break down riffs. Like that's what I've been doing this last like week or two, is I choose like riffs from all the most famous music or just music that I like, and I break down and explain it. Just be like, all right, we did this with this finger here. And at this point, I'm really just trying to figure out how to trigger the algorithm. Like it's like I feel like what I intend to do within like a year's time is make my YouTube channel like your classic music YouTube channel. I'm just gonna do as much as I can for the fan base and for the YouTube sphere. But at this point, because I've only been doing YouTube for like 3 months, I want to just try to figure out exactly how I can put in the most consistent effort that will trigger the YouTube algorithm. So I'm kind of figuring out that I think teaching people guitar, trying to teach like, I don't know, 3 Days Grace riffs and Nirvana riffs and I don't know, Queen and Queens of the Stone Age, like just breaking down popular riffs so the keywords trigger the algorithm so I can get like an upsurge. But it's been a journey, like I'll be honest. Part of being a YouTuber, I've noticed, is like I don't want to just be a YouTuber for the sake of like making money or having a channel. Like I want to make this like a platform. I want to make this like a community that's not just about going to a YouTube channel for XYZ. I mean, that's okay if that's what people desire to do. But for me, I want this to be like an intentional community space where people come and connect and learn and talk. And that's where like on this stream space, this is where I've organically desired to make this like an experience where I'm trying to make it basically like a sound healing journey. But I'm also wanting to, engage with people like all around the world, answer questions, get to know my community alongside it's just cathartic. It's fun to just create this experience that is really just creating and community building. Like that's what I really think is my core intention. Like I want to build a business, but I also want a community build as much as humanly possible. And especially one that focuses on guitar and music, because I really feel this is like the community and this is the core intention that's inspired me to be the person I am today. So it's like, if I can continue that cycle, it's like, it feels really good. And so far it's been going pretty good. appreciate you, brother. That's so awesome, man. UK seems like a really cool place. That's actually a part of my intention too, is I had this epiphany about 4 months ago, where I was like, okay, I think I'm just gonna devote myself this next year to being a full-time YouTuber, so I can basically be financially free to travel the world, so I can basically just, travel in unique places. Because what I also do when it's summer, I love to do these streams in nature, where I'm just chilling in nature, playing guitar, just hanging out by rivers and forests, because I also live very close to a forest. But the idea is that if I get to this place where I'm able to do this exact dimension, but all around the world, like say I'm like, oh word, I'm just gonna go to Peru or go to Thailand and just improvise, and perform, and engage with the community. Not only is it just beautiful and it's enriching as a human experience, but it also creates this experience for my audience. It helps grow the business. So that's the idea. I don't know, I'm very new to this journey of it, but I think I can see the next couple of years of how this is gonna unravel, and it kind of keeps me motivated. Very nice. What's going on? Welcome to the stream, brother. Yeah, I innately took about, I don't know if maybe it's just haven't been chiming in, but I took about a week and a half off because I was sick for a solid week. Yeah. Facts. Bro, I swear, Vancouver, like even if, I was at Granville Island the other day, and I feel like the nightlife right now, this time of year, is so potent. Like literally, if you just go to like Granville or Granville Island, or just like walk around like Waterfront or North Van, it's like there's so much like musicians and buskers just chilling. And electronic music. There's a lot of good music playing these next couple days. It's been a while since I've gone and busked in that way. But damn, that scene is so cool. Food for thought is like, or just fun fact is like the whole reason, probably spoke about this in previous streams, but literally the whole reason why I started this YouTube channel is because I developed this as a busking act. Like basically everything I'm doing, down to the amps, the preamps, the whole setup, I basically, about a year ago, I decided I was going to create a busking act. And that lit a fire under me. Like that was like a very intense experience. And it required like multiple months of just like developing an act and performing in public and pushing myself in my comfort zone. And that's very much the same sort of dimension that I embody with the streams. That's wild. An invitation to go to the UK. I swear, like straight up, once I can like, once this YouTube thing really like takes off in the next like X amount of time, I'm just stoked to just start just dropping everything and just traveling in random places like. Definitely have to start learning a lot of languages though. Like that's something that just kind of occurred to me. Word, that's awesome. Quebec seems great. what's going on, brother? Nobody, yeah, of course. I don't, honestly don't know that song very well. I want to start to break down that song. Like, I know the song well, but I don't know how to play it and perform it. What's good? I feel like definitely the direction that this channel is going, that I'm going to basically, what I'm going to do, I think chronological order is I'm going to break down riffs, collect a bunch of riffs, release a bunch of these riffs like in little blips to teach people as content, and then I'm going to master those riffs and then release those as long format videos, for content, and then in the future streams I'll perform those. The Last of Us theme. I don't think I know it I know of it, but how could I do it? What is it? What is it? I'm messing it up. It's in that key, it's somewhere there. Trying to think of. It's like. Yeah, it's in that key. Probably before that though, probably sooner than that. Because I just got over being sick for about a week. So I haven't vocalized or really sung in 6 days, which is a ton of time I find for me. So I think in the next couple of days, I'm probably gonna warm up and just work on some stuff. And I think I could bust out some 3 Days Grace covers. 3 Days Grace is my favorite of all time band. I could probably do it now, but it would sound like shit, I think. In my mind. Probably would sound okay, but it would be the one that I know is dude, thank you so much. That's such a sincere, yeah, thank you. I think it's these chords. So what is it like? Don't know what's going on, don't know what went wrong. Feels like 100 years, I still can't believe you're gone. So I stay up all night, get drunk and fucking fight. Wait till the morning comes and forget about our lives. Something like that, but I think I still botched many parts of it. And it's I feel so much better now that you're gone forever. Tell myself, keep fucking up. I don't miss you at all. It's not denying that I feel so much better now that you're gone forever. Nothing's all coming clear, and I don't need you here. Caught in this world around you. I think I disappear. I I don't know, I haven't played that song in so long, but that's kind of a Just Have Gone Forever. Yeah. And it's like, yeah. It's a good song. Honestly, it's like all those 3 Days Grace songs I think are just like once you unlock the vocal patterns, it's like it's literally just getting the rhythm down in this sort of chord progression. Word. You got me, brother. It's like I swear you can bridge those worlds, man. Like I'm kind of I swear like when I try to like even like break down like you're naturally as a guitarist you're already like I kind of just throw this out there to other guitarists where you've already gone further, like you've committed and dedicated yourself to something like guitar more than most people ever have. Like it's like making that like the fact that you've picked up a guitar and you've like engaged and tried, you've already succeeded, I feel, in my mind. But it's like I think it's like for me, like what I think often translates in being able to like succeed at something or like get really good at it is literally just having so many different like um, so many different avenues of your creative endeavor that you're so attracted to. So it's like I've been sick for the last like 6 days except for the last day or so, and it's like I can just pick up my guitar even though maybe I haven't practiced in a day or two, or maybe I have zero idea of what I'm going to do on the guitar, but I know there's for some reason an avenue of the guitar or of the piano or of maybe the pan flute or something where it's like I've created all these little like creative threads that my mind just wants to resume. Like it's kind of just like my mind at some point has just kind of got to this place where I look at this actually it's very similar to dance because I dance a lot where I'm a tutter, right? Like I do like freeform tutting, and the reason I think I do this style is because I'm applying the same muscle memory from guitar to dancing. But the idea is that there's literally an infinite amount of pathways. Like I literally could sit there for like hours and hours and I would never expire the amount of novel pathways and combinations that my mind wants to create. And that's the idea is I really think, and I speak about this briefly in the videos when I teach improv, where I really feel like if you want to get really good at lifting creative blocks and like just playing improv, you literally, it's just a simple mentality of just being like, of seeing how many ways you can basically create the same thing, or just surely I've been exploring many technical aspects of guitar, and I think too I covered a lot of Andy McKee and a lot of John Gom and a lot of like Grayson Earhart. Like I've covered a few artists that are like pretty tricky to play. Like it takes like many months of like breaking down their songs, and then once you play it, you suddenly have this whole repertoire of guitar techniques that your mind is just adamant to dive into. But I think at the heart of it, basically, it comes down to giving yourself like full permission to basically just keep on pulling these infinite threads of novelty, of being like, yeah. Heck, it's 5:45. Alright, I think I'm probably going to, in the next 5-10 minutes, put an end to the stream because I need to eat some food. So I'm kind of fasting, and then I'm going to go to the gym. But another thing too, like this kind of comes full circle to what I was speaking of with Koja. That's an interesting name, Koja. I think I'm saying that right, Koja. But I'm also I'm an athlete. Like I'm a very avid athlete. I've actually for many years of my life, I actually dedicated a lot of my energy into training martial arts and parkour and various forms of free-form freestyle movement. But the idea is, I personally think also part of my own creative process is rooting myself in my body. It's almost like the only reason that I'm able to be a accomplished to some degree guitarist or a musician or a composer is only because I'm also harmonizing this process with my athletic pursuits. You know, it's like I'm training harder, I'm pushing myself in different styles of training and really like pushing myself to root myself in my somatic body. And it's like, it's as simple as this. It's like, I remember when I was very new to composing, right? Like 6 or 7 or 9 years ago or something like that. And I basically, I started training martial arts, but I took a year break. And I remember seeing this distinct period when I went into a new martial arts studio. And I remember I also was doing a lot of mushrooms. It was around COVID time or something was happening. And I basically, right before COVID, I had this breakthrough that the moment that I spent time in this new martial arts studio, I had this insane wave of creative energy that suddenly prompted me to learn to songwrite. Whereas literally like before that moment, I literally never in my life ever tried to songwrite, but it was only when I trained at this very specific martial arts studio and I trained all week and I dialed this creative energy and just unlocked this whole new avenue of composition and playing guitar. And this was strictly only because I entered this next dimension of my martial art training. So simply, martial arts has played a very pivotal role, I feel, in my own ability to access creative energy and to direct it and transmute it. And yeah, it's all about like learning to direct and transmute energy opposed to just like creating. Yo, thank you so much, dog. Yeah, I gotta head out pretty fast. Deeply appreciate you, bro. Honestly, your energy is really powerfully added to this stream, and like, yeah, I'm stoked, man. I appreciate you. You're really like genuinely what this whole dimension of streaming is about. Like, I strongly feel it's like the audience and the perceivers. It completes the whole cycle. And it definitely inspires me fully to just like, to go deeper in this dimension and just to create better content for you guys, because that's the whole YouTube. What a cool guy. Hell yeah, brother, let's go. that means a lot, bro. That really warms my heart. Like that shit's like, yeah, that's my purpose, bro. Music is definitely it's a powerful, beautiful modality. Yeah. Want to learn MMA? Word, dude, you should do that. 1000% you should do that. I did MMA for a period. I was training I mainly trained jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, and then I would do mixed martial art sparring sessions. Like I probably did like maybe 7 or 8 max like MMA classes, but that shit is like insanely fun, but also extremely intense. And it basically just requires, like intermediate to advanced level kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. But once you bridge those worlds, it's so fucking fun. Like you're basically getting the free reign to like tackle each other and do flips and throws and judo, but then also mix in strikes. It's a fun experience, but also requires naturally a insane level of control and mastery over spatial awareness. I haven't trained martial arts in that capacity for like probably about 3 years now. And I've been training parkour a lot and training lots of like calisthenics and strength training, but not martial arts. I'll have to change that though soon. Very nice. Watch that skill. Pan flute is a mind fuck. Beautiful, beautiful instrument, but it's. I gotta buy a few more pan flutes so I can have all the scales. Yeah, I appreciate your support, brother. Been chiming in very frequently these last week or so, couple weeks. Yeah, I've only been probably streaming for like probably about a month, just over a month, I'd say. This is like first time in my life. I guess that's probably not true. I've been experimenting probably for about maybe 2 months. I mean, I've been trying to do it every day as much as humanly possible, but let's see. Probably tomorrow, what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna go to the gym, pick up a bunch of food and groceries, and probably do a short stream like in the evening. Like I like to do streams, I like to kind of experiment like 8, 9 o'clock. And then I also like to do it like in the morning, like tomorrow I would do it probably from 12 to 2 to 3, and I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I like to do it at least once or twice a day. I have a strong feeling I'll probably do it twice tomorrow and once more tonight, but I don't usually do these like 2-hour streams, but yeah, word. Facts. That's what's so fun is like, I swear, that's why I love, sometimes I'll stream at like 6, 7, 8 in the morning or 12, like lunchtime or like 10 o'clock at night. It's like, I find I love to see what energy is present in different parts of the world. You know, what for whatever reason, what's going on YouTube. You know, what it's kind of drawn. That's what's so dope about streaming is that you can just do it at any given time, any period. That really speaks to me. That really resonates with me. Dude, that's awesome. That's phenomenal. This is why I'm here. Just introducing the dimension of vibration. Wicked. Yeah, I'll probably in these next 4 minutes, I'll put a permanent close to this because it's getting 6. Probably, yeah, it's perfect time to end. Facts. Especially being I haven't trained in like 6 days because I was sick. So it's like I'm just very W's in the chat. Yeah, I just miss the gym. I was like, man, that place is just like, it's great. Do some handstand push-ups. Just nourish my soul. my hands are, for some reason, like, ridiculously strong. Like, it's just a product of all the weird ways that I train my hands. It's like, I think, I'll be honest, bro, I think that's kind of one of the keys to unlocking, like, creative energy and potential is extremely strong and dexterous hands. Beautiful. All right, thank you so much. Listen to the music in the Big Les Show. No, the Big Les Show. Never. Les Show. The Big Les Show. Huh, some kind of cartoon. No, not familiar. It's crazy. I know there's this new cartoon that was like, or it's like relatively new. So what is it? Solar Opposites. It's like the Rick and Morty spin-off. That shit's so funny. Kind of weird, but also just funny as shit. Yeah, the slap harmonics. Beautiful. That's very interesting. I definitely gotta check that out. I gotta check that out, Dom. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for chiming in. I'm gonna put an end to the stream because I feel like I could generally just keep streaming for hours, but I definitely gotta get to the gym and eat. But yes, yeah, thank you so much for chiming in, brother. Appreciate you. It's been wicked. You guys are legends. Yeah, I gotta do, honestly, that's a huge part of this channel is I love to like chime into the universal circuit of music. Yeah, just like people, what's people be listening to. Yeah, thank you so much for chiming in. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Much love. Bless. Ashe. Ashe.